Everybody. I'm your host, Louisa, and researcher Louisa from the GoldFish Report. I'm back tonight. It's Monday, August 17th, 2020. We had we didn't have a very good Monday morning this morning. So I promised all of the viewers who were joining me that I would be back tonight for an 8 o'clock live stream because we're doing something nobody else has done. And I think, this of the insanity of what's going on in the world. We need to have some kind of satire, some sort of comic relief, some sort of way to communicate with the world in a way that's not so heavy, because there's a lot of heavy news out there. So what I decided to do is make this Meme Monday. And what does that mean? That really means just like talking about the world news through memes. Some of them are going to be offensive. I'm sorry. Some of them are going to offend you, or maybe not. They might offend some people, but I think most people will find them comical because it's meant to be satire. Okay, so don't go getting your feelings hurt and then go reporting my channel because you got your feelings hurt or your butt hurt over something, because it's just supposed to be satire, folks. But in all satire, there's irony, and so we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to say hello to everyone and welcome everybody into the live chat. So I'm redoing this. You can watch it. You don't have to watch it, but I really thought a really good place to start was with one of my favorite and I don't monetize the channel, so I know that I have as many disclaimers and fair use notices on my channel here. So I am going to be using copyrighted material, but it's not for profit. It's only to illustrate a point. We're talking about budgets. Nancy Pelosi called in the Congress on her call. Everybody comes running to vote on this bailout for the post office, but they wouldn't come in to vote on this package for you and me. Okay, so for the everyday Americans and people trying to create and run businesses, it wasn't good enough for her to come in and have any kind of dialogue across the aisle. But it is all I would, that was worth watching on TV. Hi, Shari. How are you, dear? If there was anything ever worth watching on TV, it was definitely The Apprentice, because this really gave us an insight into the man, into the machinations, right, of his mind, and how fair he was, and how he still had to make choices that might not have. He had to judge these people. He had to judge these groups of people, in terms of how well they did, and I think we all got to see a sense of his style, his fairness, his acumen, what he uses, how he makes his judgments, how he makes his decisions, and so we got to know him that way. And I don't think any of that was certainly by accident, right? But we've got a lot of memes today. And I have another, I'm going to start this out. I'm trying to use some satire, just, for a warning. There's satire. This is satire. And I hope it doesn't offend anybody. And if it does, I don't know what to tell you. You don't have to watch it. Okay. So let's see what happened here.
You wouldn't have massive factories without evidence.
719, just a second. Here we go. Well, this was funny. I got to get to, it's close.
Plus by a lot. They say when you do this kind of an event, you always start out with a self-deprecating joke. Some people think this would be tough for me, but the truth is, the truth is I'm actually a modest person, very modest. It's true. In fact, many people tell me that modesty is perhaps my best quality. Even better than my temperament. But last night they said, That was the most vicious debate in the history of politics, presidential debate, the most vicious. And I don't know, are we supposed to be proud of that, or are we supposed to be unhappy? But they did say that, and I'm trying to think back to Lincoln. I don't think they can really compete with that. But the candidates have some lighthearted moments together, which is true. I have no doubt that Hillary is going to laugh quite a bit tonight, sometimes even at an appropriate moment. And even tonight, with all of the heated back and forth between my opponent and me at the debate last night, we have proven that we can actually be civil to each other. In fact, just before taking the dais, Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me." And I very politely replied, "Let me talk to you about that after I get into office."
And, you know, we have some low-energy people. They're really low. I'm not going to say Jeb is low energy, but he's pretty low. Who would you rather have negotiate with Iran, Trump or Jeb? How about this? Trump or Hillary? So Uma now is one of the people that it all sort of came through Uma. Who is Uma married to? One of the great sleazebags of our time. Anthony Weiner. Did you know that? She's married to Anthony Weiner. You know, the little bing, 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 bum, bum. I love you very much. So, now think of it. So Uma is getting classified secrets. She's married to Anthony Weiner, who's a perv. Oh, he is. He is. Turned out that he was a really bad guy. So she's married to Anthony Weiner. Do you think there's even a 5% chance that she's not telling Anthony Weiner, now of a public relations firm, what the hell is coming across? Do you think there's even a little bit of a chance? I don't think so. Are there any women in this room who are in love with their husbands who wouldn't be telling them everything? You would or wouldn't? No, she said, I wouldn't, but I'm in love. No, you will.
Isn't it nice when you don't read from a speech? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. Or Hillary with the teleprompters every single time. And whether you go north and south or east and west, Donald Trump is a bad person. Donald Trump made a lot of money in Atlantic City, but he hurt the little people. She calls it the little people. He hurt the little people. He didn't.
Their lives have been destroyed for doing 1/5 of what you've done, and it's a disgrace. And honestly, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Secretary Clinton, I want to follow up on that. I'm going to let you talk about email.
Because everything he just said is absolutely false, but I'm not surprised.
Really?
In the first debate,
And we really, the audience needs to calm down here.
I told people that it would be impossible. It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
So we're taking a little walk down memory lane for presidential debates since the Democrat convention is starting this evening. And I just wanted to check in and hello, hi, thanks for coming back. Hi, David, nice to see you. Yeah, it's everybody's watching the debate. Who knows what's going on now with YouTube. You know, a whole bunch of people were in this morning who were going to come back. I did this just for you guys, but you know, you can come back and watch it anytime you like, okay? I'm still going to get it done. I really wanted to share those clips. There is a video circulating with all that in there. And now is a really good time to remind everybody really what's at stake here. I also wanted to, just talk about some news. Speaking of Hillary there, oh my God, there's really just so much to talk about. Um, well, let's just start out with the Biden campaign. Here's a meme that kind of shapes it. I guess it sums it up, right? It sums up the Biden campaign, because we know we saw so many images of the president, of all the support the president's had, and it's really been just wonderful to see such support for the president. And just going to the boat armadas, all of the people who are getting together in their boats and doing these, I guess, rallies for President Trump, in support of President Trump. And there's just thousands of them. I mean, there's thousands of people, and there's oh, this is happening like every weekend. I'm going to show a picture here of some of these wonderful supporters, and there's lots of people supporting the president. We all know this. This is just part of the news. That's why I'm doing the memes. So let's just listen to this.
Votes and everything. Look at all these people supporting the president. Look at all of this, man. The Democrats are in so much trouble. The Democrats are in so much trouble this November. They don't even realize. All you never Trumpers, all you haters out there, y'all don't stand a chance. You're outnumbered. You are the minority. We're the majority. We are the super majority. You already found that out in 2016. I don't know what y'all ain't learned yet. I don't know what y'all haven't learned yet. But look at this. Look at all of that.
Just stop there. Look at all the dozens and dozens of boats there showing support for the president. And I could continue to show that, but I don't want to take up too much time, because there's just so much of that I could show, in fact. And one of the images that I'd like to show now is what the boat support looks like for the Biden campaign. And well, it's not quite the same, is it? It looks a little shipwrecked, and that's pretty much what the campaign and they're gonna have their night tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday night, and they're gonna have all the deep state players showing up to try to convince and deceive the American people and paint some sort of illusion of something that's not happening. I don't know what they're gonna really say, because they don't really have anything to run on. But this really kind of sums up the Biden campaign at this point in time, because they have no chance to win this. I mean, you have someone who clearly has dementia, and we even have a candidate. Well, Camilla has some issues. Let's listen to what Tulsi Gifford had to say during their debate that they had. Let's take a listen to this.
Prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. That would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you,
A lot of reasons why we need to.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like
And I inhale. I did inhale. It was a long time ago, but yes.
I know you have to go.
I just broke loose.
I mean, was it in college? See, I like stuff like that. That's a real honest answer. Was it a blunt or joint?
It was a joke.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well. I mean, her father's from Jamaica, man. I'm sure she's smoked a little weed in her time, or at least tried it or something. And then she goes and jails people and puts, as Tulsi Gifford said, Gabbard said, what is her last name? I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Tulsi. It's been too many days, folks. It's been too many days. It's really, getting to be is getting to be yeah, Gabbard, Tulsi Gabbard. Sorry, I've got that right. So back to our our memes. We have a lot to talk about. So let's start with who's funding the DNC. Since it's their convention night tonight, we'll pay homage to the DNC. And let's talk, who is the DNC? Who makes up the DNC? Well, let's take a look. We have Alex Soros, the spawn of Satan himself, which is George Soros, who's buddy with, let's see, Hillary, Valerie Jarrett, Al Franken, Abomination, Keith Ellison, Richard Branson, Chelsea Clinton, Representative John Lewis, Pocahontas, of course, Crying Chuck, Meghan Merkel, Alec Baldwin, of course, Spartacus. And who do you think's funding these people? Who do you think is funding them? And do you think it's an agenda good for America? Well, it's very interesting, folks. It's a very interesting question. And I'm going to save the best for last, and I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to redo this. Not a secret, you know, that this is their agenda. This is what the Democrats have to offer people tonight. Looks like there's a lot of people who are busy watching this, but hey, you know, we have this. You can come and watch, and you know, there's a lot of truth to this. Okay, so you have Soros, who's you know, controlling the Clinton machine, and of course, their idol, aside from Satan, it's Saul Alinsky. You know, a book on radicals and how to basically, you know, dismantle a government, a society, not just a government, but a society. And they're following that playbook right now, folks, right now. And a lot of people are complaining about President Trump. They're complaining that what happened? Did I lose my live stream? No, it's there. Let me just check in with my live stream viewers. Hi, Blue Angel. How are you? It's hard to believe only 8 people watching this right now. Very hard to believe. Something's up, huh? Something's up. Well, it's okay. I promised y'all I would come back, and here I am, and let's just keep doing it, right? We also have, nope, I gotta close that out. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. A lot of, very busy today, folks. Busy day, of course, right? And so here we have some more news. So they're complaining about Donald Trump and saying, well, you know, he's not doing anything about the rioting and all this. And, you know, I'm not sure at what point he will, but let's take a look at the record. The record is Joe Biden has been in politics for 51 years, Chuck Schumer for 45 years, Nancy Pelosi for 33 years, Patrick Leahy for 54 years, Maxine Waters for 47 years, and Dianne Feinstein, 60 years. So, you know, this, and of course, they're blaming President Trump, and he's been in government for 3 years for problems they haven't solved for how many decades, right? Because they like to keep the people this way, folks. Are you getting a clear picture of what the Democrats are actually about? This is an infiltration instead of invasion, folks. You take a look at Nancy Pelosi's district. You take a look at New York City now. It's a shame. These are slums. And you know what? Don't take my word for it. Let's listen to what Nancy Pelosi says herself. In Reverse Speech Analysis by David Oates, we have Nancy Pelosi admitting to this herself, and you'll get a little bit greater insight into who she's working for. So this is a clip from David Oates, who did reverse speech analysis on some forward speech of hers the other day. Oh. Yeah, we do have it. Okay.
On evictions, good. Not good enough, because we need money so that they don't have to be collecting more months of back rent, and then the end of the year have to pay 8 months or whatever it is, 9 months of back rent.
So clearly you could tell that Nancy Pelosi believes that people are better with slum. And of course, his interpretation here is here she is showing concern in her forward speech for those on low income, but her reversal says you're better with slum. So he says, of course, you don't. This doesn't need interpretation, because it's called you know, it's not consistent. It's an inconsistent reversal. So, you know, and here's a little bit more on Nancy Pelosi in terms of what she had to say the other day.
This is a very, very important issue for us. And so when they said the president by executive order was going to do a moratorium on evictions, good. Not good enough because we need money. No, what's this our free shit? No, what's this our free shit? No, what's this our free shit?
So this comes out in people's reverse speech, and you also have to realize that there's this neurolinguistic programming going on. And so when they talk to you and they point and they do all this with their hands, there's this neurolinguistic programming that gets entrained in your mind and your belief system when people use their hands like this. So just to point that out, okay, just so everybody gets that. So I find it very revealing, and he's done a lot of work. David Oates has been working very, very hard on all of these reversals on Pelosi. Let me see, there's some more here, and there's a lot of references to Satan, to be honest with you. Let me go back up to those, because I think you're really gonna know who they're working for. So here's another one. This isn't exactly a meme, but you know, hey, we're getting there. We're getting on the topic there.
Economists tell us that our economy depends on the fiscal soundness of state and local governments.
Yeah, it's not really good when somebody's referencing Satan in their reverse speech. That's not so good, is it? So here's another reversal with Satan in there. Let's see. Actually comes up a lot in her speech. Let's listen. Yeah. So, and then here's another one here. So this is the third reference to Satan. Yeah. So, I mean, it's in her own reverse speech. I mean, this is, you know, here she is trying to say that she cares about the American people when in fact, well, if she cared about the American people, her district wouldn't be a slum, would it? So, you know, this is all quite interesting stuff. And I'll tell you, I don't know what's going on with the live stream tonight, but whatever, folks, we're here. And so we have also some other, you know, when it came to George Soros, I think everybody knew and everybody was kind of well aware that he was the puppet master who was really controlling all of these candidates and all these individuals who everybody seems to be rushing to the television to watch tonight for some reason. You know, but honestly, you know, it's all scripted. It's all, you know, an agenda that's to destroy, to infiltrate America and to destroy it. So I'm not quite sure what everybody's rushing to watch, but they can watch whatever they want. But it's very true. And so, you know, with the memes, we can see this, you know, we can see people do take their time to put these things together and really show in an ironic way, you know, the reality of things. I have so many more. I'd actually like to stop, but you know, it's going to come time, as the president said in the Hillary clip there, that she should be in jail, and you know, and she's not the only one. And here's another meme about yeah, his time is up for sure. Treason, how former President Barack Obama was the kingpin of the biggest political scandal in modern history. And this is all going to be coming out, folks, eventually. I don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to go to jail? Is he going to be held accountable? Will all of the actions he has taken as president for 8 years, and somehow we're racist now because we had a black president, but now that we have a white president, we're racist now. We're all racist now, right? But nobody dare said that word for the past 8 years during Barack Obama. Oh, come on, folks, wake up and smell the coffee. Don't fall for it. But I know the viewers of the GoldFish Report don't fall for it, because you're on this. You're very, very smart. And it really isn't merely just about, losing the election. It's it makes it sound like that's all, that they're just petty. It's not about being petty. This is about control and power of the planet. And here you have to love Diamond and Silk and Trump's Yo President. And I just love them. They are so wonderful. And here you have their, trying to rally the Black community using a little bit of humor, and which is what we're trying to do tonight, using some humor as well, and with our memes. There are just so many memes out there. There are so many, and I know just one thing, that kind of triggers the liberals like nothing else is, well, let's name a few things according to this meme here. You got to love this one. You have to love people who come up with these memes, Speaking of the convention tonight, name something that triggers the left. Obviously, Trump, patriotism, tax cuts, free speech, Constitution, personal responsibility, Justice Brett Kavanaugh, and red hats. So, you just sometimes have to realize that memes say it better than almost anything else, because some really clever people do tend to have a way to, put these things together, and in a word, in a word. Here we have, very interesting. So here's another lovely meme. Actually, it's kind of like wishful thinking, isn't it? Here you have it. Here you have it. It kind of sums up what we were just talking about over the past few minutes. And going to be, it's funny meme, but it's, very, very accurate, except the Comey part, unless he turns. But still, we'll have to wait and see on all of that. I've also got, what else do I have for you? Well, I mean, look, when we're talking about Kamala, who is it? Who is this really now? What has happened to her? What has happened to her? She doesn't look the same. Has anybody noticed this difference, this change? Is it just a mere facelift, or is it something more sinister? I always notice that the ears on some of these people just go directly down to the side of the face, and they try to camouflage it with these hoop earrings. But if you notice the ears, and I used to make facial prosthetics. Actually, I used to make the ears, the auricular prostheses, and I can tell you that there's a fundamental difference between her ear on this side and this side. And there's also a fundamental difference between Joe Biden's ear now. I mean, these people are essentially missing the meaty, fleshy part of the lobe. And very interesting. It's, well, there's a theory. Should I go there? A conspiracy theory? Yeah. Well, just explain it. Who can explain this? It is a little bit freaky, though, I have to admit, because you kind of wonder, who is that person? Because it just doesn't look like the same person. And I think we have some more, I have another photo that we can use as a comparison. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Now, this is not the split face. This is just the two faces next to each other. But still, it just doesn't even look like a facelift. Could be, but it could be. I don't even think it's the same person, to be honest with you. I don't think it is. It doesn't look right at all. No. You always know by the ears. There's something funky going on with the ears and the hair. Look at the hair. It's weird hair. The eyebrows are weird. The eyes are weird. Everything's weird. It's just weird. Lips are weird. These aren't her lips. I was a makeup artist too. Just nothing's right. Seems wrong. If you notice, let me know. Let me know what you think. Hi, Blue Angel. Wow, I've never had such a low turnout on a live stream before, but hey, it's okay. You guys can watch during. Everybody's watching that Democrat convention, so okay. You want to do that? That's fine. That's just fine. And I heard that at this convention, I think it is going to be on Wednesday, that the former First Lady. Is that who that is? Doesn't look like a lady, does it? Former first what? Tranny? America's had her first queen already, looks like. A drag queen. So it's all going to come out. I'm not the first one saying this. It's all over the internet. Everybody's talking about it. It is what it is, folks. You can't make it up. And it's obvious. We're not that stupid. We see through it. We're seeing through it all. Aren't we? We sure are. The whole COVID thing, it's all getting crazy, isn't it? Memes. I have so many memes to share with you guys. Yeah. So, wait, I got to show you this one. Here we go. All right, here's another one. So now we're, we heard that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has yet, I mean, how many terminal illnesses can an 80-something-year-old have and recover and be cured from? It's just unbelievable. Nobody else would happen, right? It would happen to nobody else. But here she seems to be working from home. Yeah. I'm fine, just working from home. Well, I'll tell you, folks, and here's her little computer, that she's talking into. That's kind of funny. It's a funny meme because, it's the ridiculousness of what they're trying to hide, her condition. She might not even be alive, to be honest. We haven't seen her. Has anybody seen Ruth? So I think there's definitely some chicanery going on there. There's another one. I'm not going to share that just yet. But, we're being banned quite a bit. Here's the latest billboard for the Biden campaign. And rioters and looters for Biden, TrumpStudents.org. Students for Trump. There you go. Rioters and looters. I can't imagine that they think that doing this is going to somehow win them votes. I mean, it boggles my mind. Do they really think people are that just belligerent and absolute, oblivious? That oblivious. I mean, some people might be, but I just don't think it's going to be enough to win the vote over Trump. That's what seems to be so ridiculous to me. That they really think that they have a chance of winning this. And then, of course, we have somebody who created this meme here, this lovely meme here, based on the couple from, I'm sorry, where was that? The couple from St. Louis who was defending their home. This was right after the president had to be whisked away from the, of course, we remember last week he had to be whisked away from the White House because of a shooter outside of the White House premises. And someone just put this meme together to show the president guarding the White House and standing guard, and in the clothing that the gentleman was wearing from St. Louis. And and it goes to show there's a lot of truth in these memes, because it goes to show how strong the president is a Second Amendment supporter, and he is a very strong Second Amendment supporter. So we do know that. So I do go through a lot of media. I get a lot of things sent to me, and I don't know. I'm not ready to play dirty yet. There's some things I won't show. I just won't. Not yet. Because I know. Some people are tweeting this stuff. And, it's pretty, I would say, I would just say that it's kind of, it's a little low for me. I really don't typically try to be mean. I don't want to be mean to people, but if it's truthful, I'll share it. It's just I don't want to stoop to their level. That's really not my cup of tea. So that's about it. This is just to supplement what we did earlier today. And I just want to, tell everybody that show everybody that I was coming back for you. And, anyone who, here's everybody's bashing on Democrats. Were you? Or will it be Mike? Yeah. They're supposed to be, and Joe Biden's supposed to come on at the end on Wednesday, the schedule. We talked about it today in our political theater report with the FETs, which you can see on BitChute. You can go to the link on our YouTube channel and you can check that out. But, there's so many memes, folks. I just can't even, begin. But I'm not going to share them all tonight because we don't have time and because I can't show them all to you at once. We're going to do this again. I'm going to pre-record it next week. There won't be a live because I'm going to take a few days off. So it will be released on Monday, but it will not be a live stream. So I will pre-record that one, and I hope that you all enjoy it. But it's all relative to the news and to what's going on in the world today. So I just want to thank everybody for joining me, and if you find some good memes, send them my way, because I'll show them on the report, and it helps. It really helps. These are serious issues. We really do need to try to lighten it up a little bit. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can only a little bit, but here's another one. Yeah, it's of the whole mail-in ballot situation, which is really kind of a joke. If anybody thinks that that's going to be a true representation of the vote of the people, then you have to be kidding yourself. I reported on these reports that I've showed videos of USPS workers dumping boxes of ballots in dumpsters. So do you really know if your vote's going to count? And chances are they're probably not. But if you do find some memes, please send them our way at the goldfishreport@gmail.com. There's a lot of memes going out there about the masks and about the politics, about the insanity of the world. And, here's another one showing the Biden campaign. Oh, and they're going to have their kumbaya moments at their convention tomorrow. But here's this one here. There's no sound on it. No, there's no sound on this one. I have shared some other really good ones, though, on some previous reports. And this is apparently the sunk Biden campaign. Oh, they'll have their heyday for a couple days, but I'll tell you, folks, I can't imagine that it's going to push anybody over the edge. They know this. They know the Trump base very, very well. And the only thing they can hope for is something keeping people from going to the voting booths or hijacking the election through mail-in ballot. But I think everybody knows that. I think it's pretty clear. I think a lot of people, can see that for themselves. And, don't have a problem understanding that we cannot trust the mail system because there's, we can't necessarily trust the people working in it. But what we can remember, and what's really important to remember, is a few words that Kamala Harris said herself. It's one thing when you listen to somebody who's up there debating another person who quotes what they have done or quotes what they have said in a at a debate, but when they say it themselves, when you hear them say it themselves, it's a completely different story. So what do we have here? We have a little clip of Kamala talking about the group of 18 to 24-year-olds, and I just want to end on this to remind everybody this is really who we're dealing with here. And not everybody thinks
what else do we know about this?
Not everybody thinks what she's saying is funny, as you're going to be able to tell in this video.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. That is why we put them in dormitories, and they have a resident assistant. They make really bad decisions.
Yeah. See, folks, maybe I play it one more time.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. That is why we put them in dormitories, and they have a resident assistant. They make really bad decisions.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, not everybody thought that was funny, right? No, not everybody thought that was funny at all. So, that's it for tonight, folks. I know everybody wants to be watching that convention of the Democrats, so I'll let everybody go. Yeah. Yeah, I won't do that tonight, C. Olson. We'll talk about that soon. It's a really talking about the children and what happens in the with the system is a very difficult subject for me to report on. Very difficult. So, um, showing the videos, showing it's just folks. I don't even show half the videos and half the information I get. Um, because it's even hard for me to deal with. I don't know that everybody, I suppose at the right time, I'll be ready to release what I have, but it's not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to be able to handle it. So I'm not in any rush to broach that topic yet, but thanks very much for bringing that up. So I just wanted to give you guys some memes, some food for thought and some memes, and try to, put another spin on what's going on in our news, even though it is still, it's still real. I mean, it's not all memes, right? It's not all memes. But I'll tell you, and I have to tell you that Twitter is definitely censoring memes, and they're censoring anything. In fact, here we have the original meme maker. Well, we'll end on this one. We have the original meme maker, and I call him the original meme maker because he is Ben Garrison, who has, mastered the art of meme making and probably he's the one who really started this all. And here he is, a picture says 1,000 words, absolutely. So here she's a progressive, she's a moderate, she's black, she's Indian, she's Biden's racist and has sexually assaulted women, and she said she trusted his accusers, but now she doesn't trust them. So, we have real issues here, folks, real issues, but, we're going to get through it all. We're going to get through it together. And, I appreciate you joining me. I'm going to refine this. It's going to become a little bit more refined over time. But this is the beginning of Meme Monday, and we're just going to tell the news through the memes and do some satire and try to lighten it up a little bit. But I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be signing off because I'm trying to, yes, thanks, C. Olson. I appreciate that. I appreciate you asking. So that's it for tonight, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. Meme Monday rocks. Thanks a lot. I can't wait. There are so many more. I just have such a huge archive that, but it's not all, archived in the memes. I have to go through and organize it all. There's so much, as long as it's not been removed on Twitter. I have some really great memes and some stuff to be, to kind of show, like I said, tell the news in pictures, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how the algorithms handle that. So thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a great night. It's going to be a wild ride, folks. We're in for some wild times right now. So, let them have their kumbaya, moments at their convention. But I don't think it's going to be enough to get them a win in November. So you all have a great night. And let's see, I will be back this week. Well, I'm going to do my midweek POTUS report. I'm planning on doing that. I'm pretty sure. And I have a feeling I'm going to have Reba Cheryl back on, who's running in the 21st district in Florida. That's in Palm Beach. And she's probably going to be back on talking again about some recent developments she's had down there and a lawsuit filed against Laura Loomer to keep her out of the race. There's a lot going on, folks. So we'll be back. Oh, that's okay. Thanks, Morgan. Look, you can just replay it. That's the benefit of doing this live. And I did edit out that whole 20-minute part that I was muted this morning. And I'm sorry about that, folks. But I do have to get a microphone. soon as I can afford it, I'll get one. Well, thanks everybody. You have a great night. And this concludes this edition of the GoldFish Report.